Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here. Thank you for checking out this video. And I'm finally here on the PTR for 11.1, which is going to be the first major patch here in The War Within. So I've actually recorded these videos a couple of times now, but there was some decent changes over the last couple of nights that will require me to re-record them. So I do apologize, but I will have a bunch of these PTR videos in quick succession this week. So this video is going to be all about our tier set bonuses, both the 2 and 4 set for the Undermine raid. We'll kind of look at just kind of how some of the changes to the spec, the rework, if you will, works and how it relates to said tier set bonuses, but I will have a separate video talking about single target and AoE, like openers, rotations, builds, that sort of thing. But the build that I do have on my character right now will be found down in the description of the video if you guys are on the PTR and want to check it out. Alright, so I'm going to try to keep these short, sweet, and to the point. So let's go ahead and talk about our tier set bonuses. And they're kind of fun, and they're definitely goblin themed, which I do really appreciate. So our 2 set reads as follows. So your spells and abilities have a chance to give you JACKPOT, which JACKPOT is a buff that you can track with weak auras. And I will actually have that tracker in my Discord once 11.1 does come around, which will probably be here in approximately a month, or at least as soon as Plunderstorm ends. And then whenever you get JACKPOT, increases the auto shot damage that you do by 200%, which is great, particularly if you are a Dark Ranger, because those are doing shadow damage. So that's good to know, thanks to Bleak Arrows. And then that also reduces the cast time between auto shots by 0.5 seconds for 10 seconds. And casting Trueshot will always hit a JACKPOT. So to talk about JACKPOT really quick, so I was beating on a dummy for a full Trueshot rotation here, and going to auras, do keep in mind I did have Trueshot up, or I did have JACKPOT up for the entire duration of Trueshot, which would have been 15 seconds, but I did have JACKPOT up for 57% of the pull. That's a pretty healthy amount to have that bonus auto shot damage, and auto shots are important in our build now for a couple of reasons, which we'll talk about here in a second. But some pretty good uptime in all the testing I've done so far. The lowest JACKPOT I've ever had was 45%, and the highest I had was 64%. And that really boils down to if you have a JACKPOT up, let's say for example I'm attacking the dummy and I have a JACKPOT up right now, I don't want to use my Trueshot because then it's going to overlap that and I'm going to lose some JACKPOT value. Now I know you guys are thinking like auto shot isn't that big of a deal like damage wise. Well, it is going to give us a boost to our damage, but it has other effects which will help our build kind of move forward. There's a ton of synergy with various things, and so let's go ahead and talk about that because I've got quite a few notes here. So the auto shot damage, if we go over to the build that I had in the tree here, which again this information will be found down in the description of the video, more auto shots give us more chances at our lock and load. It also gives us more chances for Black Arrow death blow procs. So if you're playing Dark Ranger, which I've been playing single target Dark Ranger and AoE Sentinel thus far in the PTR. So they changed the way precise shot procs work as well. So your auto shots now do 100% increased damage. So white hits do a decent amount, but then it also lowers the cast time between your auto shots by 2 seconds. So there's a couple of different points in the tree that will kind of reclaw that back. So you're still going to be doing a lot more damage with your auto shots, and they'll be bypassing armor as a Dark Ranger, thanks to your Bleak Arrows, which is still here. Auto shots now deal shadow damage, allowing you to bypass armor. So you're basically kind of doing true damage, so to speak, unless they have a shadow resistance, of course. But your auto shot has still that 8% chance to give you death blow. So auto shot really kind of drives our build among other things as well. And then precise shots, like I said, you're going to attack slower with those auto shots, but you have abilities in the tree. I'm still getting used to some of these other how they've changed some of these abilities, which is in the rhythm got changed. So it's not a haste buff after you cast your rapid fire, but it allows you after you finish the complete rapid fire channel, so don't clip it. You still want to have macros in there so you don't clip the channel. It reduces the cast time of your auto shots by 1 second for 12 seconds. So that's a nice little buff there. I think there was another one here too. Again, I'm still getting used to all the changes to some of these abilities. Either way, it's been a pretty good change, and there's also, when we get into Spotter's Mark and that sort of thing, some extra haste in the build. But more chances at hitting with your auto shots means more chances at lock and load. It's still an 8%. And with lock and load, that kind of drives your build even further with a couple of points in your trees, like magnetic gunpowder, for example. So consuming precise shots, which you get after using an aim shot right now as of 11.07, but you can also, thanks to points in the tree, you can get precise shot procs on aim shot and rapid fire. And I believe rapid fire is... I gotta remember where all these are. I'll get there eventually. No scope. There we go. Rapid fire now grants you precise shots. But then you can also get Streamline, and Streamline is something that's already in the game right now. It acts the same way, but it can stack up to 2 times, and it's important because aim shot has a much longer cast time. I believe it's a base of 3 seconds. So Streamline is very important, and you want to get Streamline on as many abilities as possible. And currently in this build, I have rapid fire, using precise shots, and explosive shot all give me at least 1 stack of Streamline. It stacks up to 2 times. And since Trueshot got changed, that's very important, and that's a core gameplay mechanic. Could all of this stuff change? Absolutely it could. I hope it doesn't, because it's been a lot of fun so far. I just hope that we're not too strong and we don't see a nerf bat, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see. And it'll be completely different. I haven't actually tested this on raid encounters. I don't do that on the PTR. It's just, I don't have time to do that. So, you know, it's been fun. And from the various things I've done so far on dummies, you know, getting out into the world, that sort of thing, it's been a ton of fun. And then also, let's go ahead. I know I wasn't going to talk about that too much, but you guys know me. I like to talk a lot. That 4 set. So consuming lock and load, I kind of jumped ahead of it a little bit. Also fires an explosive shot, whether you have explosive shot talented or not, which you will, but you know what I mean. It doesn't have to be off. It can be on cooldown, off cooldown, you know, doesn't matter. It won't count for that. It shoots an explosive shot at 200% effectiveness. And then, whenever you are consuming those lock and load procs, if you go back to what I was just talking about, consuming lock and load reduces the cooldown of explosive shot by 8 seconds. Using your explosive shot gives you precise shots. Consuming precise shots lowers the cooldown of explosive shot by 2 seconds. So literally, you get a lock and load proc, you shoot the lock and load proc, you do the damage, it's free, it's an instant cast, awesome. Well, then that did bonus damage, then it shot an explosive shot at 200% value. That thing hits like a truck, usually between 10 and 14% of my total damage in Mythic Plus, for example. Can hit up to 8 targets and then does less damage after 8, but I do still believe it's considered past 5 targets, It's 8 yards, past 5 targets. Sorry about that. But it is, technically speaking, uncapped. But you're using that. It's giving you your Streamline, which is going to help you cast another aim shot follow-up just faster, and you'll know really quick when you have them. And I will have a weak aura that will track the Streamline as well. But there's just so much synergy here, because use the lock and load proc you get from auto shots, which are going to be going faster and slower intermittently, just depending on what things are proccing in your kit currently. You use the lock and load proc, it gives you the free explosive shot that does 200% damage, and then consuming the lock and load proc reduces the cooldown of your explosive shot by 8 seconds, which is I believe it's still a 30-second. It is. And then using the next explosive shot will there we go. Will then go ahead and lower or give you Streamline, and then the precise shots, which when you use your explosive shot gives you precise shots, will then lower the cooldown of that explosive shot again. You're going to be getting a ton of explosive shots out. Is that a huge deal in single target? No, not as big of a deal as it is in AoE. AoE, that is going to be huge, and I am so excited to get into some like low-key Mythic Plus testing and see what kind of damage that can do. But all in all, it's been a pretty good change so far. And then just real quick to talk about Spotter's Mark, and I'll go into more long form once I make the single target video and then the AoE video or Mythic Plus video, is that so Spotter's Mark it's a complete passive, but it can definitely boost the damage of your aim shot if you play with it right. So Spotter's Mark, damaging an enemy with precise shots, has a 30% chance to give Spotter's Mark on the target, and then Spotter's Mark it just increases the next aim shot damage that target takes by 30%. So I have some goals of the rework here to kind of cap off this videos. So the goals were to get Streamline in as many abilities as possible. Streamline will increase the cast time, or lower the cast time, I should say, increase your haste, lower the cast time of your next aim shot, which always drives our build. And then precise shots are much more important, and you want to be following up and using as many of those as possible. And thanks to this build right now, which one is it? I think it's this one. Yeah, so Black Arrow can now benefit from precise shots, and it does consume precise shots. So if you're playing a Dark Ranger Marksman Hunter and you're using your Black Arrows, you can actually use the consume precise shots with that, which then gives you Streamline. Using precise shots then gives you a lower cooldown of explosive shot, which means you can use that more. Like there's just there's a ton of really great synergy here. We just have to find the right build. I'm still working on that. It really sucks that one of the new changes was that Double Tap and Unerring Vision are down here, and they're a shared choice node. That they kind of change it up a little bit. In calling the shots, it's not about focus spending now. It's about using Spotter's Mark effectively, which it's been a ton of fun so far, and I can't wait to share more videos with you guys. But the tier sets look pretty good, but AoE, you really feel those bonus explosive shots. I can't wait to share more videos with you guys. And then let's just look really quick. So some good damage, and then something that's really nice to see as I close out this video, Dark Hound actually doing damage again, not doing like less than 1% of my total damage. Just a 654 item level in this video, and then I just have the 5-set tier, and then I have just 2 trinkets I've been messing around with, which was Reverb Radio and Azrok's Resonating Heart, which the Resonating Heart comes from the Motherlode. So a ton of fun, don't really have focus issues, and if you can get past the slow cast of some of your aim shots, this is going to be a net gain for everybody, and I can't wait to share some of the Sentinel changes, which we'll see that big old circle here very soon here on my channel, as well as some more in-depth talk on the Marksman Hunter changes. But thank you guys so much for watching. Consider subscribing if you haven't already. Be sure and follow me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. Eggplant, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.